This is a list of the top 5 fruit trees to avoid if you're short on time. No BS, let's get into this. I'm not saying that these fruit trees don't have a place in the garden. It's just if you're a person who gets a puppy and then brings it back to the pound, these are the ones you're gonna wanna avoid. They're a little more work, a little more upkeep, so that's why they're on this list. The first tree on our list is gonna have to be peaches. Now, peaches are a great fruit. It's one of my personal favorites, but they are not passive trees at all. First of all, they can be very frost sensitive. So if you're a person that gets late frosts and you don't have the right varieties, which are very specific, then you're probably never gonna get a crop because the frost is gonna take all your crop. Next, they're very susceptible to borers and brown rot, and that's a very serious issue. So you're gonna have a spraying schedule to take care of these trees. And then on top of that, there's gonna be a lot of pruning and maintenance that needs to be done with peaches. So if you don't have a lot of time, definitely not a fruit tree for you. The next fruit tree on the list is gonna have to be apples. Now, apples come very highly recommended to plant in a lot of places, which is true if you pick the right varieties for your area. However, most apple varieties are gonna be very susceptible to diseases and pests. On top of that, they're gonna need a pollination partner. So for that reason, it's gonna be a very time-consuming tree, not to mention all the pruning and maintenance that's gonna be required. They're not an easy tree to take care of, not an easy tree to get fruit from. And I know in my own personal experience, the squirrels love the fruit as much as I do, so that's always a battle. So maybe apples are something to think about before planting them if you don't have a lot of time. Number 3 on the list is gonna have to be pears. Now, I'm saying pears because they're very prone to fire blight. So you're gonna definitely have to have a spraying schedule and stay on top of it. So they're not an easy fruit tree to have. On top of that, it can take quite a while before you get a sizable crop. So if you don't have a lot of time, maybe think about pears. Number 4 on the list is definitely gonna have to be cherries. For one, the birds love them. You're gonna have to have bird netting or some sort of protection on your tree. Also, you're definitely gonna need a spraying schedule. They're very disease prone, so don't think it's a passive tree at all. So guys, remember, I'm not saying don't plant these trees, but definitely do your research before planting them to see what varieties do best for your area. Don't trust Lowe's and Home Depot to do that sort of research. They don't. There's gonna be fruit trees that do not work in your area that are being sold in your area. So just think about it, do your due diligence. If you haven't already, check out theamericanfigcompany.com. We sell all kinds of really cool fruiting plants. Subscribe, like the video, and share with any of your friends who are thinking about any of these trees. And let's just get them, really thinking hard about it. Thanks for watching, guys.